Hello everyone, Trophy Wine Hunter. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm doing a review of the 1990 Chateau Angelus. And this is a really interesting historical wine because if you look at the label, you'll see it says Grand Cru Classé. So this was in 1990 before all of their elevations. So in 1996, I believe, they were elevated to Grand Cru Classé B. And then in 2012, they were elevated to Grand Cru Classé A. And then in 2022, they came out of the classification system. So really interesting wine from a historical purpose. I've reviewed quite a few Angelus wines, which I'll put at the end of this video. In particular, the 1995 Angelus. That has a whole history of the winery, so I'm not going to go back to and talk about that. I'm going to refer you to that video. And I also have a really neat video where I drank multiple vintages with an ambassador from the winery Victoire Touton, including the 1989 vintage. So I'm really going to not talk too much about the winery and the history and the label. You can look at those videos for that history. What I do want to talk about in this video is just historically this wine. It is 60% Merlot, 40% Cabernet Franc. And just the pleasure that I had in drinking this based on the history. And this is what I kind of really like to do, is kind of go through different wineries and drink different vintages and compare and contrast. It's, to me, so interesting. And because I've done videos on those wines, I can't really go back and change my views. So that's the nice thing, right? I've got to make sense of things. I can't just erase my videos. And that was how I felt about certain wines at a certain time. And I really think this was a really interesting tasting for me because I have had younger Angelus, and I've also had older Angelus. So in particular, I had the 1989 Angelus with Victoire, and really those are two of the most stunning vintages of Angelus that I've had, the 88 and 90, this wine, and I'm not really sure still in my mind which one I prefer more. Both of them are very, very excellent vintages and probably the two top vintages that I've had of Angelus. So let's taste the wine. I will let you know that it has been open for 2 days. I opened it at a restaurant, decanted it. We didn't finish the whole thing, about half bottle left. Put it back into the bottle, had it in the fridge, and now we've stored it for 2 days. And now we're tasting again. So on the nose, still spectacular. It's classic Angelus, earthy. You've got that little bit of cassis elements to it, a little bit of gravel, minerality, and that core fruit with a little bit of cocoa. It's just beautiful. It smells a lot of red fruit on there, but some floral elements to it. It's got everything. Like the nose on this is as good as any Burgundy wine. It's like beautiful, floral, fragrant. Um, wow, this is like really, really nice. On the taste, again, there's not much to complain about on this wine. So it's got fruit still, black currants, black plums, red, um, small red berries. It's got that smoothness and that characteristic chocolatey silkiness, like almost a milk chocolate with a cocoa aftertaste. It's got um, firm tannins. I wouldn't say it's strong tannins. These are what they call integrated tannins. So it's got structure, but they're not harsh. They're very soft tannins. And that speaks to the quality of the tannins. So they don't have to be, it can be subtle, but it can be strong. And so they're firm tannins, but they're very smooth and integrated. And you get that silkiness, you get a little bit of leatheliness on the texture. And then on the back end, I'm still tasting a little bit of charcoal and tobacco. So it's got everything in there. It's really just a magnificent wine that's just tasting exceptionally. If you ask me, it's tasting just as good as it was the other night. Hasn't lost anything. And this is type of wine that almost anyone can enjoy, from a beginner to a really experienced beer drinker. It just is so smooth. It's so easy to drink. It doesn't seem like it has a high alcohol content because it's so smooth, and it's got a lot of fruit, but it's also got a lot of balance. So it's not overly fruity. It's also savory in nature, but it's got some sweetness to it also. It's a really well-made integrated wine that has a long aftertaste. There's not much you can complain about with this wine. One of the best Angelus I've had. So I'm going to rate this 98 points. It is an exceptional wine. Having kind of going through my notes, my own mind, the 89 is also exceptional, but very, very close. I mean, one of them would be 99 points, one would be 98 points. But these are like ridiculous wines and just a pleasure to drink. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Until next time, happy drinking.